Have you ever wondered what are the salaries of BCG, Mckinsey and Bain consultants? Or have you ever wondered what are the hours on a weekly basis clocked by a management consultant? Hi, if you're new to my channel, my name is Shatakshi. I'm an ex-BCG management consultant and I talk about management consulting, MBA and of course creating wealth. So feel free to subscribe on the channel and click on the notification button so that every time I'm putting out content on any of these three themes, you get notified. So in this entire video, I'm going to be dividing or categorizing this entire video into two parts. Let's first talk about the shitty part, which is, or the bad part, the hours. And then let's of course talk about the good part, which is of course the salaries. Starting directly or jumping directly into the video with respect to the hours, I'm going to be dividing the hours section, and largely I'm talking about India. The hours, the salaries depend upon roles and they also depend upon the geographies largely. So please be mindful that whatever I'm speaking with my experiences in India, with my friends working in Mckinsey, BCG and Bain, a few of them in Big Four, few of them in Kearney, Accenture, etc. as well. So coming back to the topic of hours, I'm going to be categorizing the entire consulting industry or the companies into two categories: Mckinsey, BCG and Bain, and Kearney, and the Big Fours. So imagine all the premium so-called McKinsey, BCG, Bain, Kearney, Booz, etc. are A category and the Big Four are the B category. Now in terms of hours, it is very hard for me to put one number or even one range because it depends on from your project to project. Why? Because for example, during my time as a BCG management consultant, at some time I was clocking more than 70 hours and there was time where I was clocking less than 50 hours. So it depends. However, on an average, I could safely say, based on my experiences, at least back from 2018 to 2019 to 2021, more than 70 to 75% of the BCG, McKinsey, Bain consultants clock in 60 to 70 hours. And mind you, this is minus the air travel, minus the road time, minus the airport time. So on an average, you clock in 60 to 70 hours working 5 days a week. So that is pretty intense, that is pretty heavy. But once again, your hours could fluctuate depending upon the kind of team you're working with, the kind of partner you're working with, the kind of project timelines, and of course, what kind of client you are dealing with as well. So those are the ballpark hours for the premium BCG, McKinsey, Bain organization. I am not calling them premium. They have marked themselves as premium. They have branded themselves so well. So please don't take it personally. In some way, shape or format, the Big Four have their audit practice as their premium practice. But coming back to the main point, what kind of hours do Big Four management consultants clock in? So once again, the hours fluctuate depending upon all the variables I talked about, right? The team, the timeline, the project, the problem statement, and of course the client on the case. And at a ballpark level, typically you would find that an MBB management consultant, 70 to 75% at a point of time, will be clocking 50 to 60 hours on a weekly basis. So they also work 5 days and they would be clocking 50 to 60 hours on a weekly basis. So that is the larger distinction. Of course, 60 to 70 hours on an average by McKinsey, BCG and Bain consultant, and 50 to 60 by the Big Four. So comment in this on this video if you would still like to work in management consulting. Now talking about the salaries, which is the most interesting part, at least that's what I anticipate from you. So first and foremost, talking about the category A, and then of course talking about category B. When you categorize again, when I'm talking about McKinsey, BCG and Bain, Kearneys of the world, there are 4 layers that I'm going to be talking about. The analyst, which is kind of the post-undergraduate role or job that you get. The consultant, which is the post-MBA job that you get. The project leader or an engagement manager, which is the middle layer in a consulting organization, of course, the partner. So an analyst typically will get somewhere around 13 to 15 lakhs per annum from St. Stephen's, IIT Delhi or IIT Bombay's of the world in a BCG, McKinsey, Bain, Kearney. And this is typically inclusive of bonus, and I understand that this is actually good amount of salary to kickstart your career. And I've typically maintained that analysts are actually the smartest people in BCG because they learned how to crack management consulting at a really young age. And of course, then you have consultant roles which are post MBA. So I was drawing a salary of 33 lakhs per annum And of course, this was including my bonuses as well, yes. And the bonus, of course, varies, of course, year to year. There is a starting salary and there is a joining bonus as well. And then in fact, during my year, McKinsey was giving actually a paycheck of around 28 lakhs per annum, and Bain was giving 30 lakhs per annum, and Kearney was almost around the same range. IIMs, on the other hand, get a little less because the average experience of an IIM is relatively less than an ISB batch, but net it doesn't matter because that's just peanuts in the grander scheme of things. And then, of course, you become an engagement manager or a project leader. Safely, you would be earning somewhere around, I would say, 70 to 80 lakhs per annum. And of course, the bonus could be as good as your base salary. So it could be 100%. And then, of course, largely when you become a partner, you would be earning somewhere around anything between 1.2 crore to 1.8 crores. And there is no end to the bonus because you become a partner in the firm. That means you are holding shares of the firm, you hold equity of the firm. If the entire year of BCG or McKinsey was fantastic, then you own those profits, you own a share of those profits. So largely these are the numbers for BCG, and I found that there could be plus minus 10% with McKinsey, Bain and Kearney. And if I were to give you an example of the kind of salary I was getting in hand from my 33 lakhs BCG salary, I was taking in hand 1.5 lakhs. That is what would come after all the taxes were gone, all my PF and whatnot was deducted. So that's on the BCG, McKinsey, Bain, Kearney and Booz side. And like I've always maintained, the salaries change based on the designation, the salaries change based on the geographies, and I'm largely here talking about the Indian geography. Which brings me towards the second category. The second category is, of course, the Big Four. I would say that safely Big Four salaries are somewhere, they match 70 to 80% of the salary of a BCG, McKinsey, Bain. So for example, if I was getting 33 lakhs as a CTC or as a package on ISB campus, then KPMG ENY would be able to give somewhere around 22, 23 lakhs. So which largely makes sense because number of employees or number of consultants in BCG are less, so the per consultant load that comes in terms of hours is more, and accordingly they get financially compensated as well. On the other hand, the number of consultants per project in ENY, KPMG and Big Fours of the world is more, and hence the per person or per employee share in terms of working hours goes low, and accordingly the salary also goes low. That's all my time with all of you in this video. I hope you find it insightful. Feel free to click on the subscribe button and the notification button so that you get notified every time I'm making video around consulting, MBA and creating wealth. And if you're interested to explore the pre-MBA and the alternative MBA program of my education venture, feel free to check out globalgovernanceInitiative.org. Take care. Bye.